recently done a course in estate planning so that I'm able to advise my high net worth clients in the area of wealth distribution and legacy planning. At the same time, I like to give back to MDRT, to the industry, because all that I'm going to share today is really because of what MDRT has taught me. And I believe in the same way that I've been blessed by the different MDRT members who have spoken into my life, I would like to give back. I served as a MDRT MCC country chair for Singapore in 2017, and currently I'm the zone chair for Southeast Asia. I oversee 8 countries to help to improve the professionalism and the standards of the industry in these countries. And last year I was invited to be the judge this year as well for the Asia Trusted Life Agents and Advisor Award. Okay, besides myself, I want to introduce to you precious people in my family. Okay, I have 2 wonderful children. Grace is 7 years old. Her name is En Qi. Joash En Jie, he is 4 years old. And both of them are really precious to me. I'm sure those of you who are parents can identify with me that a lot of what I do now as I'm an advisor, as I volunteer, as I service, as I serve back in the industry, I really want to be an example for my children. And I love that this career enables me to spend quality time with them. And I'll share more about the whole person concept later. But because of MDRT, I have been able to bring a certain lifestyle for my children and my family, and to provide time and resources to give them a better life. So I want to share with you my current business model. Okay, having been in this line for the past 19 years, I have built a client base of about 1,000 plus clients, and I service mainly families. Okay, so about 200 over families. I love to speak to husband and wives, children, siblings, because that's where I built relationships with them, and it's been very, very meaningful because they have become friends. I have my business mainly by introductions. From day one, I'm very blessed to be able to get referred by my clients, and these are all holistic planning clients. So I meet them and I really understand my clients' situations before I recommend them solutions. And my clients right now are mainly the senior executives. These are clients mainly from the banking sectors, medical professionals, and their household income is generally about $350,000 and above. Okay, and their net worth is generally more than $3 million. Because of my embracing the whole person concept, I really make sure that I want to have a balanced life. So my meetings with my clients, I don't touch my evenings and I don't touch my weekends. I want to save this time for my family. So my meetings are generally during the weekdays and during daytime. Yeah, I have a full-time assistant helping me with all the administrative work and the servicing of my clients. And I've shared as well, I'm a firm advocate of the whole person concept, and that has helped me to build my business to another level. So I want to share with you how did I transit into the high net worth market. When I first started off as quite a fresh graduate in year 2002, I was very happy servicing clients who were my age. Friends who were fresh out of school or maybe were working for 1-2 years. They were giving me decent premiums, maybe $2,000, they were earning about $2,500 per month. And I was happy servicing them because I was very comfortable with them. I was talking about 15 appointments a week, and I was generally very comfortable. But I spoke to many MDRT qualifiers who were encouraging me. They were saying, Laura, you can serve the higher net worth. Make it a goal for yourself to reach out to people who earn more, and you'll be able to close bigger cases. So I did always have that at the back of my mind, but I was always hesitant because I wasn't confident. How would I reach their market if I don't know them? They earn more than me, they maybe know more than me, and I was afraid. So I did not know where to start. But after a few years, and I heard many people talking about it, I started to ask myself, do I really want to move up to the high net worth? And I asked myself, if yes, why? And I had 2 reasons why I wanted to move up to the high net worth market. Of course, firstly, I wanted to earn more, and that's a fact. I wanted to do better, and with the same amount of effort, if I could earn more or double, that would be great. I wanted to be more productive in my work, but more importantly, the whole person concept was something which I learned very, very early on in my career. The whole person concept taught me that to be successful as a person, it wasn't just about earning a lot of money. It wasn't just about doing very well in my career. But a whole person lives a balanced life in 7 areas of their lives. And if you look at the chart, in areas spiritual, relationships, health, education, career, financial, and service. I wanted to live a balanced life in all these areas. And I realized that if I wanted to do that, I had to change my market. If I wanted to succeed, I wanted to do better, I needed to be able to be more productive so that I could spend time pursuing my personal relationships, I could spend time attending to my health, I could spend time educating myself. And so I decided, okay, now that I want to move up to the high net worth, what are the characteristics of the high net worth? And I looked online, and this is what I found. The high net worth individual is somebody with $1 million in liquid financial assets. What does that mean? It means liquid financial assets excludes property, and it also excludes your loans and your debts. And how many of such individuals do we have in Singapore? The last I checked, Singapore has about 200,000 high net worth individuals. How about Taiwan? Taiwan has close to 500,000 high net worth individuals. And the reports show that actually Taiwan has one of the biggest, fastest growing number of high net worth individuals in the country. So if you are thinking of moving to this new market, and you're thinking that you don't know how to do it, or you're afraid that maybe it's too competitive, let me share with you a perspective. In the same way that you're afraid of approaching the high net worth individuals, most other advisors are also afraid of approaching them. So this is a very big untapped market for you. And I want to encourage you to start thinking of how you can start approaching the high net worth individuals, because the competition in that segment is actually not as much as in the affluent market. So after that, after I knew who are the high net worth, I asked myself, how should I start? How can I start approaching them? Firstly, I had to identify who my client profile is. Who is my ideal client profile that I want to approach? So for high net worth individuals, many people say that, oh, you can approach the business market, the business owners, or you can approach the professionals. And I tried to approach the business market, but for me, I felt a bit uncomfortable, and it was not something that I was comfortable to do. So in the end, I took the professional route. I looked at all my clients who are my top clients. You know, as they say, the Pareto principle, the top 20% of our clients are usually the ones that give us 80% of our business. So who are my top clients? I realized that I enjoyed working with people who were from the finance sector, people who were from medical professions, and people who were within the age of 30 to 40 years old. These were the people and the clients who I enjoyed working. I could have a very good conversation, I knew how to communicate with them. These were individuals with young children, with families, and they were generally people who were earning a certain level of income above 300,000 US dollars per year. So who is your ideal client profile? For you, it could be a teacher, it could be principals, it could be doctors, it could be lawyers, it could be business owners. But you need to identify who you want as your ideal client profile. And by looking at your existing clientele list and see who are the people that are comfortable with you and you are comfortable with them, and they give you a higher level of business. So after I identified who my ideal client profile was, I went out to meet my clients individually, and I asked them to introduce me to people like these. It was something that was always at the back of my mind. Every time when I asked for introductions, I would tell them that these are the people that I want to meet. And can you introduce me to people who fall within this category? And bit by bit, it was amazing how when you start asking, you start to receive. And I was starting to get more and more of such clientele into my clientele database. And slowly people were coming to meet me. So besides asking myself, who did I want to work with? I knew that I also need to know who my clients wanted to work with. Who do the high net worth want to work with? There is competition from the private bankers, there's competition maybe from other financial advisors. But I asked myself, what would make them want to work with me? So I started to talk to some of my clients who are my top clients, and I started to ask them, why do they want to do business with me? And at the end of the day, the answer was not rocket science. They wanted someone that they can trust. And some of you may be saying, Laura, that is such an obvious answer. It is an obvious answer. And I want to share with you that it is not. High net worth individuals are not very much different from your other clients. but they just want somebody whom they can trust. So the next question will be, how can I build trust with my clients? And I want to share with you this formula that I learned several years ago from MDRT. It was an equation that was presented by Bruce Ellington. Bruce Ellington is a legendary is an insurance industry legend, and he shared this trust equation by Charles Green. And using this formula, it has made me think very differently about the way I build trust with all my clients, especially the high net worth individuals. So what does this equation go like? He shares that trust is equals to credibility plus reliability plus intimacy divided by self-orientation. Okay, so if we all know math, we all know that if you want your results to go up, your numerator has to be bigger and your denominator has to be smaller. If you can increase the credibility, your reliability, and your intimacy, and if you can decrease your self-orientation, your trust level with your clients will go up. And using this formula, it was like a revelation for me because it served for me as a guide how I can build trust with all my clients. So let me share with you how I build trust with my high net worth clients using this formula. Credibility. So what is credibility? You know, our high net worth clients, they are able to afford the best. They are able to afford best restaurants, they are able to afford best doctors, they are able to afford the best service providers because they financially are able to do so. So likewise, when they look to us for financial advice, they definitely look forward to receiving the best. And how can we tell them that we're the best? Besides our interactions, credibility can be definitely enhanced when they see our qualifications. So qualifications, MDRT, definitely that's one of the pinnacle, to our qualification. When we tell our clients we are an MDRT member, what does it mean? It means that we're the top 3 to 5% of the industry. They are serviced by the best individuals. Okay, for those of us who may not be MDRT qualifiers yet, besides MDRT, credentials like CHFC, CFP, CLU, these are certifications that tell our clients that we are serious about what we do and we want to enhance and bring more value to the table. Think along with me. When you see a doctor or a surgeon and you go to the clinic, I'm not sure if Taiwan is similar to Singapore, but the clinics in Singapore, when we go and visit the doctors, they have all their accolades on the walls. They put their certificates, they put their newspaper articles, everything goes on the walls. And when I see a surgeon and I look at the walls, I see their credentials. I honestly don't really know, how good it is, but when I look at all these credentials, universities, associations, I feel comforted because I feel that my client, my surgeon is qualified. I feel more secure. In the same way, when we are certified, when we have credentials for our name, the high net worth individuals may not say it, but they look at you differently. They see the confidence, they feel that, hey, Laura is a chartered financial consultant. She's a STEP affiliate. She can advise me in these areas. She's a specialist. So how do we tell them about all these things? Some of you may not be working from the office. So what's the best way? The best way is to leverage on social media. In these days, we cannot avoid it. Clients go online to check us out. They will go online to look at our Facebook, our Instagram, our LinkedIn. Do we have our credentials posted there? What do our clients know about us? So credibility, other than certifications and qualifications, we need to be prepared. I always tell our new advisors who come in to join the business, I say that the biggest level of confidence you can bring to the table is being prepared for every single appointment with the client. Every time before I meet a client, whether the client is new or not new, I always make sure I'm prepared, mentally, physically, and I make sure that I run through how I'm going to run my presentation. Because high net worth individuals want to work with confident people. And how do you increase your level of confidence? When you are prepared. And the second thing would be having testimonials. People want to know what other people think about. And that's where testimonials play a very, very big role. When we want to look for a service provider, besides the certifications, what do we look for? When we want to see whether a restaurant is good to go, we go online and and we look for reviews. What do other people say about the restaurant? What do people say about you as a financial consultant? I want to share with you what I do with my clients and my prospects. Before every meeting with a new prospect, I send them a simple one-page profile of myself through the phone or through email, and I introduce myself by letting them read about myself. And in that one page, I talk about my journey, I talk about my philosophy, I share with them my qualifications, and I also share with them testimonials of clients who have been happy with me, and they share about their reviews of me. And this has been very powerful because I know it brings about a certain level of confidence and assurance for my clients. And I conduct webinars. Now is the best time to do webinars. Webinars do not cost very much compared to physical seminars. So I would like to encourage you, if you're able to, start off doing webinars. If you can't do it by yourself or you're not confident, find a partner, work together. Because webinars bring about a certain level of prestige and credibility to your clients. When you are able to conduct a webinar, your clients will have the perception that you know more than other people. So credibility, high net worth individuals want you to be credible. They may not say it, but that's their expectation. Okay? Secondly, reliability. Reliability, what does it mean to be reliable? You know, last year, in 2019, I attended the annual meeting, and one of the annual meeting, the main platform speakers shared something which was so powerful. And because of what he shared, it changed my mindset about being reliable and servicing my clients. He said that it is not about the times we wow our clients. It's about eliminating the power moments. So what do you mean by a wow moment? A wow moment is a time where we can wow our clients. And very often, we are always being taught, how can we impress our clients? Maybe it's that special gift that we send to their office on the birthday, or it's something that we send to them on their anniversary, or it's something special that we can create a wow experience. And we have always been focusing on that when it comes to servicing our clients. And I'm not saying that that's not important. That is very important. And I do that myself. I service my clients to a certain level. But what this speaker was telling us about is that more important than that, we need to eliminate our power moments. And what is a power moment? A power moment is a time where it could have been a time of disappointment or when we have failed the client in terms of carrying out our duty. For example, the client may have asked us, Laura, can you get back to me about my claims? Can you tell me how I can go about doing a claim on my hospital insurance, hospitalization insurance? And because I forgot, or I didn't put something in place, I did not get back to the client. That is a power moment. So what this speaker was sharing is that it is more important to eliminate these power moments than to wow the client. Because he was saying that you can have 5 wow moments, but it may not be even enough to erase one power moment. So the question is, are we reliable? Right? And he was sharing that, we need to know what our customers want. We need to deliver what they want. They want us to be reliable and dependable. And we don't always have to exceed expectations because he shared that the biggest risk to loyalty is when you fail or disappoint them. So listen carefully. I'm not saying that wow moments are not important, but we need to make sure that the minimum standard we have is to be reliable. If we can't even be reliable and dependable, then a wow moment does not add to them being loyal to us as clients. And all the more so for high net worth individuals, because they are so used to a certain level of service, a certain level of dependability, and that's something that they expect from us. So what more about reliability? He also shared that service organizations, they create loyal customers by reducing the customer effort by the client, not by delighting them in service interactions. It's not so much about making them happy through wowing them, but it's to make sure that every transaction with us is friction-free. When I say friction-free, I mean that it has to be seamless. We have to make our transactions for our clients with us to be very fuss-free. And I tell my PA all the time, I say, Abigail, whenever you meet my clients, whenever you help my clients to handle their service requests, make sure that they put in the least amount of effort. If they have to fill up forms, I want you to fill it up for them before asking them to sign. If they need to mail out documents, I want you to help them to get a courier service to send the documents to us. Especially for high net worth individuals, this is very important. We need to make sure that they are happy doing business with us. They don't need to be too troubled to do extra things just to get the deal to go through. So I want to ask you a question today. What processes do you have in place to make your clients happy in the service you're offering to them? What service standards have you adopted in your practice? Do your clients know that can they trust you that you're confident and consistent in the way that you deliver your service to them? Or are they not really sure whether you are consistent? I want to encourage you, if you do not have any processes in place, and if you want to reach the high net worth individuals, this is something you really need to think through. Maybe it requires you to get an assistant to help you to make things easier so that you can be more consistent in your level of reliability. Maybe you need to put in place certain softwares or systems or processes to make things a breeze for you to interact with your clients. Okay, the third variable I want to share is intimacy. So what is intimacy? It's very strange to think about a professional relationship being intimate. What does it mean to be intimate? Can your clients trust you to keep in confidence whatever he has shared with you? You know that high net worth individuals sometimes are very private people. They may not have that many friends, close friends that they can share intimate details with. And when we sit down with them, we are asking them to uncover their financial information. It is a very intimate process. And can they trust us to keep in confidence all the information that they have shared with us? I have had incidences where clients openly share with me about things that are happening at home, things that are happening with their family members, with their spouses, with their loved ones. And I even have clients who are sharing with me about things that they don't want me to share with their spouses. Can they trust you? Can your clients trust you enough to keep in confidence whatever they're sharing with you? Can your client feel safe enough to share openly their emotions, the way that they are feeling? Because these are things that they may not share with anybody else. They may not share with their private bankers. They may not share with another advisor. And once they share it with you, I can tell you that the loyalty that they have with you will go up to another level. It's very difficult to find another person for them to share it all over again, the personal problems or the things that are very close to their hearts. And if you're able to do that, you will definitely want that trust. Do you take time to know them personally as friends? For me, I've been a very task-oriented person all this while. And to be honest, this has been a bit difficult for me in the earlier years. But as I move on, as I grow, I'm making it more intentional to make effort to know my clients more as personal friends, to spend time getting to know their family members at a personal level. And I want to assure you that intimacy is one of the more difficult variables in this equation. It is not easy to form intimate relationships with our clients. But the good news is, once we're able to grow that, together with credibility and reliability, your trust level with your clients goes up to another level. So, we have gone through the three numerators of the trust equation: credibility, reliability, and intimacy. How about the denominator? Self-orientation. When we can reduce our self-orientation, the trust level with our clients goes up. So what is self-orientation? I like what Dale Carnegie shared, in his quote. He says that you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. I think that's an excellent illustration of what self-orientation is about. What do our clients look for? Do they want a financial consultant who talks all about themselves, who tells them about their own accomplishments and not care about them? No, because at the end of the day, if they know that you care about them and you have placed them first, that increases the level of trust that they have with you. And we're not pushing sales, it's not all about us, we have won that trust. And the MDRT has a code of ethics. And the very first ethic, the code of ethics, talks about placing the best interests of our clients above our own direct or indirect interests. Many times in my career, and I believe for many of you out there, it has been the same. There have been many occasions that I've had to turn down cases, I had to turn down sales because I told my client that it's not the right time for you to take up this plan with me. Or maybe we need to reduce the amount of premiums because of your situation, because of what you're going through now, or because of your financial cash flow. I've had to turn down clients who wanted to buy from me because I felt that it was not in their best interest. So, of course, I lost commissions for that case, but I can assure you that when you tell your clients what you really feel and you put yourself in their shoes, their trust level with you really goes up. So high net worth individuals are people who really value your friendship, they value your sincerity, and they really want you to place their interest above them. And that is what self-orientation is about. I like what Howard Schultz shared. As the founder and CEO of Starbucks, he shared that we are not in the coffee business serving people. We are in the people business serving coffee. And when I read that, it's amazing how Starbucks CEO can even share something like that. Because the first thing we think about for Starbucks, it is a coffee business. However, it shows that their value, their priority is not on the coffee, but it's on the people who they are serving. And in the same way, I like to think that you and me, we are not in the insurance business serving people. We are first in the people business, serving them with financial advice. When we are able to see that we are in the people business and we can put their interests before ours, that's where our self-orientation comes down and the trust level goes up. So in conclusion, I want to share with you, that whatever I've shared today has been a product of many years of experience and sharing from different MDRT members at different annual meetings. And many of you may have already been doing what I've been sharing. It may not be something new to any of you. For those of you who are already serving the high net worth, I hope that what I've shared with you today will be a reinforcement of how you can continue to build trust to serve your high net worth clients. For those of you who are still aspiring to get to the next level of serving the high net worth, I hope that what I've shared with you shows you that the high net worth individuals are really not that much different from our normal clients. They are not much different they're not so much harder to service. It's just that we need, firstly, to know who we want to approach, who our ideal client profile is, and secondly, we need to take the courage to start building trust by adopting the trust equation, start building our confidence through doing that, and I can assure you, when we're able to increase our credibility, our reliability, our intimacy, and when we're able to be less self-oriented, I'm very sure that the trust that we can build with our clients will go to the next level, and you'll be able to reach the next level of the production. So with that, I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank MDRT Taiwan once again for inviting me to share with you. And I hope that this year, all of us can bring our level of production to the next level. And I hope to see all of you at the annual meeting next year. Thank you very much.